Welcome to Co-Pilots.
Yeah, that is technically what this is, but more specifically, it's in the cockpit into the cockpit where we just talk about random shit.
And we invite you into the cockpit, where we fly the plane.
I wouldn't really say invite. That feels like they found their way here.
The door was unlocked and they stumbled across it.
Yeah, but I don't think that counts as an invite. Like, pretty sure that wouldn't work with vampire rules. Like, the door is unlocked, I'm allowed in.
I mean, I think it's actually pilot candidate rules. Doors just don't have locks.
Do you make a fair point? We should invest in locks.
Anyways, this is the monthly podcast where we just discuss things and stuff.
I covered that, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you have things or stuff?
I have stuff.
I might have things, so I think we got both covered.
Dope. So, Disney Plus, with being Disney, owns everything, and we'll use the stuff they own repeatedly until we're all dust, buried under more dust, and slowly eroding it away. They'll keep doing it.
Okay, do you have a pointer, or are you just talking about Disney's terrible? Because they are, but, a little rambly here.
On that note, they made Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers the movie.
Yeah, a rehash of a 90s cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I watched that, which,
I watched, the first 15 minutes, and it seemed like a movie.
It was a movie. Stuff happened. Things existed. But the basic conceit of the show is Chip and Dale are real. Their show was a show, but they were actors in it.
From a conceptual standpoint, isn't this the same thing they're doing with Buzz Lightyear?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But, oh yeah, so they're just Roger Rabbiting the whole thing. Who is in the movie, which then begs the question of if they both happen in the same manner in their universe. That
if Roger Rabbit is a movie,
it's just an extension of their universe.
Yeah, so if Roger Rabbit was a movie where Roger Rabbit played a character named Roger Rabbit, and Acetone was murderous to cartoon characters, or if Roger Rabbit's events happened as a factual canonical
in their timeline.
History. Yeah. It's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Mostly out of the first 15 minutes of it that I watched, I got a really Scooby-Doo Monsters Unleashed vibe.
Because they're all separated apart and will have to come back together at some point through the movie.
But they all have individual issues with each other.
Yeah.
Tonally it feels similar. Obviously it's a totally different thing.
No, it was literally the exact same movie, man. It was crazy.
Wait, Scrappy-Doo was the villain all along? Actually, no, it'd be the Fly. The Fly was the villain all along?
Yeah.
That's wild. I would have never expected it. Although, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, I totally would have expected it.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened, man. It was all Zipper.
Or wait, does Zipper have an annoying nephew?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm not very well versed in the Chip and Dale lore that isn't the Chip and Dale lore in Kingdom Hearts.
Sure. But yeah, so
they build gummy ships.
The movie is literally just that. They're trying to find and save Monterey Jack, which immediately makes your movie not as good as it could have been, because Monterey Jack was a great part of Rescue Rangers, and you cut him out from a lot of your screen time.
Is that what happens? Because I watched up until Monterey Jack got introduced. I assumed he was going to be a pivotal part of the team.
Nope. His cheese addiction puts him in debt to a gang, so the gang are going to take him and bootleg him, which is the process of altering his art to make him look similar, but not exactly like he was. That way they can avoid copyright laws to make bad bootlegged movies.
Do you think that's why Chip was 3D?
No.
Dell was 3D?
No, that's just a reference to the fact that celebrities get a lot of work done. He got a CGI touch-up.
Yeah, in the movie that's what it is. But, as a larger scale, is Dell a bootleg of Dell?
No, because it's being produced by the official property owners.
That's fair. Are we sure, though? Sometimes character copyrights are a little weird.
If it isn't true, it will be soon. Disney will find them and force away their rights, make them sign an agreement.
Although this is actually a great tangent to one of the things I wanted to talk about.
An NDA. Yeah.
That is Disney and copyright. Specifically, Winnie the Pooh is no longer, stapled underneath the Disney hoof. The actual copyright for the original book is now open, and you can make movies and stuff based on that property.
Yes, so you're going to talk about the Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
It looks amazing. It looks ridiculously amazing.
I can't
disagree.
In the worst way.
In the garbage kind of way.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like it's going to be one of the best terrible horror movies in a really long time.
I can see that.
But yeah, that was essentially all I had to talk about on that. I just think that movie's going to be... Do you know what the base synopsis of it is?
Not really.
Okay, so the Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and Piglet and all those, and the Christopher Robin stuff, that's all canon to this movie.
Yeah.
And then when Christopher grew up, he started coming less and less.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out when he was their friend, they began to rely on him for food.
Oh.
And as he stops coming, they have to find new ways to get food, and so they eat Eeyore.
Makes sense.
And then
it was easier to go that way.
And then Pooh, Piglet, and Rabbit become serial killers that that kill people and eat them, and they kidnap Christopher and his wife, and it's I can't wait till this thing comes out.
I think I like it.
It's stupid, but like, oh god, is it great?
Well, I'm imagining it with just in my head because I know it's not going to be, but I'm imagining it with the style and characters of the recent live recent live action.
Yes, that was such a good movie. So sad.
But it's all in that art in my head at the moment, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that movie. It looks brilliant.
Yeah, I can understand that, definitely.
Although they don't look anything like Christopher or whatever that movie was called.
Yeah, I know. I figured that out. But that's just where my head put them. I've seen stuff for it.
They look like grown men in animal masks.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the trailer, but that's just what is in my head.
Yeah, I get you.
They could have eaten for weeks off the heffalump hump.
They could have.
Yeah, you just have to kill the elephant that a kid just, for some reason at the age of 10, did not know what an elephant was.
So much meat.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about what happened with Tigger, though. Like, we know Rabbit joins the murder trio. We don't know what happened to Kanga or Roo.
Oh, definitely eaten.
What happened to Al? And, no, the Bluebird was an addition by Disney, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, Rabbit's son, daughter. I never understood. Doesn't matter. Rabbit's child.
Yeah. Owl just flew away and began to terrorize, I don't know, Seattle. Why not?
He found the Christopher Robin 100 Acre Woods version of Gotham and became the Owl.
Yeah.
I think the Sentinels of the Multiverse is Batman is called. Just the Owl.
Makes sense.
I did not say those words very well. Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. DC's already done their own Owl Man, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Who is just a parody of their own
Batman.
And kind of a parody of Tony Stark as well. It was a parody of tech heroes.
Yeah. I got Sentinels of the Multiverse role-playing game in, along with the upgrade book to it.
Yeah.
The Guy's book, which is a role-playing book about adding comedy into your game in a less... There's a specific way comedy is typically implemented in D&D that's not funny.
Yeah.
And the Guy's book is about making comedy in your game that is funny.
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet, but...
I've read it. It's pretty good.
It feels a lot like what I imagine is very simple advice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I appreciate it. Like, it's mainly there for, like, the comedy powers and things they add a bit of.
Yeah.
But the advice
this
is
is
fine,
the actual source book. It has effects on the gameplay. It's not just a how to do comedy and role-playing book. Although it does have a little bit of that in there, too.
Yeah, and it also comes with additional adventures and
modules,
characters with it, yeah.
And then I have the full book, which I have read most of, and I'm super excited. So Sentinels of the Multiverse is a tabletop role-playing game that has spun off into a whole bunch of other things now. There's a trading card game, or a CCG, a board game, actual comics now. That might be it.
I believe so.
But, so it's this massive universe built around fictional comic book characters, and the role-playing game system is based on the Cortex role-playing game system, which
Indeed.
I know nothing about other than Sentinels.
I've seen it before, but I don't really know much about it.
And then Sentinels, which does a really good job. Sentinels actually, like, is one of the only role-playing games I've seen where you can actually, like, create any type of hero.
Yeah, definitely. It's because it gives you enough flexibility over... Basically, it's just like, here's how much this power does, or what exactly this power does. You choose how to skin it, so it can be... You could have a sword for an arm. It could be a tech thing, because you're using nanites or something. It could be a magic thing. It could just be a physical power, because you just have it. It could be a bunch of... It could be metamorphosis or whatever.
And the game is very, very good about, like, telling you, hey, if this doesn't fit your vision, change it.
Yeah, change the description, change the name, change all that you need to, just keep the effect.
Or even if you're going to change the effect, just talk to the person running your game. Like, Sentinels is very much about, like, achieving what you want out of your character in your roleplay rather than a strict series of rules.
Yes, which is dope.
Yeah, and it also creates a sense where, like, even street-level heroes like Daredevils or Batmans could keep up with, like, the Captain Marvels or Spectres of the world.
Which makes sense, because guess what? They keep up with them in comics.
Yeah, Batman, Constantine, Doctor Strange, Spectre, they were a team once. There was other people on that team. I'm cutting names off. Zatanna, Deadman.
I mean, you said Doctor Strange instead of Doctor Fate, so...
my bad, yeah.
That one's not on there.
Doctor Strange is not part of that team.
Or is he? He's not. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, it's cool because you don't have to, like, worry about these big power gaps between players, and there's so many characters I want to create. So
Makes sense.
I'm a very big role-playing game nerd, and I'm becoming, again, a very big comic book nerd, and combining those two in Sentinels is beautiful. I also have the entire card game coming. It's shipped out.
Nice, very nice.
I think that's my
it looks like a fun card game, which is not something I say a lot, because I don't like a lot of deck-building games.
I think it's the thing that I have to sign for Tuesday. Yeah. Because that's the only thing I can think of that's shipping from that part of the world. But yeah, so Sentinels looks awesome.
You're not wrong.
Speaking of role-playing games, there's a role-playing game I originally started playing it back in February or March, and I stopped and I didn't take enough notes or write enough stuff down, so I don't know where I was in my own story. But it's called Wrestling GM. It's a game for your phone, a mobile game. That's what the kids call them nowadays.
Did you get it from one of their application programs on your phone?
Yeah.
I don't know why I use program. They wouldn't say program, it's store.
Yeah, but it's called Wrestling GM, and the game starts by you choosing a promotion to buy. You're the GM of that promotion. I chose Dynamite Wrestling Promotions, which is DWP, but for some reason my brain always corrected.
It's Department of Water and Power.
I always correct it to DPW because Dynamite Pro Wrestling sounds better than Dynamite Wrestling Promotions.
Yeah.
I haven't started my first show yet, but I've got some cool ideas. I'm taking a lot more notes. I'm super excited. I enjoy this game way too much for what is just a random number generator and a note-taking application.
Yeah.
Or, I guess, a fanfic writing.
Yeah, no, you are just writing fanfic.
Yeah, but, if they're not actually called, Chris Jericho, the Chris Jericho in this game is Jack Lazarus, and then you got Stone Cassidy, who's obviously...
No, because, see, it's still fan fiction, because they are characters that were made for a game, and you are writing a story about them.
I mean, that's true.
I'm not saying it was fan fiction about actual wrestlers, but
it's so close,
fan fiction for
because
their characters.
Jack Lazarus is so obviously Chris Jericho, and Stone Cassidy is so obviously Jon Moxley. These characters... Asuki Igarashi is Japanese, but he's basically Kenny Omega. Dynamite Wrestling Promotions is All Elite Wrestling. Those are the same thing. But yeah, I super love this game, and it's so simple. But yeah, that's been my distraction at work recently.
I still struggle to call it a game, but
Oh,
yeah,
no,
it is. I'm not wrong. It's literally the equivalent of rolling dice and having a cast of characters.
Yeah,
then using the dice to determine stuff. It is a one-man role-playing game.
That's exactly what it is. That's why I brought it up right after Sentinels. It's a one-player role-playing game.
No, I realized you even said that earlier. I'm what I'm saying is I'm not going to say it's not a game. It definitely is.
It's just... I think a lot of, one-player RPGs are really just... story creation engines.
Yes. Most of them.
They're just ways to frame stories.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is cool. I used to play on a place called Role Player Guild all the time.
Yeah, which it was literally just write and interact with people. It was, look, role-playing is basically, I want a fun story, and I need something to make the characters for me. So it's either dice, generate a character, or it's, if you're writing it, it's, well, we're making the fun story just like normal, and then the way of creating the character is just saying it.
Role-playing games are a direct descendant of campfire stories.
Yeah.
Those are they're very similar things.
Or you can choose the pretentious route of saying it's equivalently acting, but I'm not going to do that. I mean,
there is acting to it.
Yeah, but there's acting to everyday life.
Yeah, it's close.
Otherwise, everyone would know I'm on the edge of just snapping.
I don't want to get into snapping. I'm working. I think we've been very obvious that we're very left-leaning politics on this podcast.
What? No.
I don't want to make this podcast a podcast, which means we're for workers' rights and in general, unions and shiz.
Yeah.
So this is a real story about my job that emphasizes a right you have as a worker in America, and that is if you work any number of minutes, you should be getting paid for those minutes. And the other night I had my boss tell me in a text message, because he's that fucking stupid, that I should clock out exactly at when my shift is supposed to end, even though I came in earlier than that. And he's like, so I was like, hey, if I'm clocking out at that point and not any earlier, am I getting paid for any time over 12 hours? And he specifically said, no, we can only pay you for 12 hours. We want you to work for free. That's illegal. Just for anybody out there, if your boss or your job is trying to make you work and not get paid for it, illegal.
Yes.
I try to make that story concise.
I don't know, I got lost somewhere in the middle.
You got anything else going on?
No, absolutely nothing. There's a reason I had time to watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Let me bring it back to the one topic I have. I got nothing else going for me. Just Chip and Dale. They're the only ones there for me.
Is that why you watched Chip and Dale Rangers tonight? Is that what that was?
No, I saw it on Disney Plus the other day. I was like, I don't want to watch it, but I know I'm going to.
Did you listen to any more of Impact Winter?
Yeah, but I didn't finish it.
What do you think of it so far? How much deeper are you? We stopped at
I'm on the last chapter.
Okay, so what do you think? We both finished it now. Well, you've almost finished it. What do you think?
A vampire pulled down a fucking comic? What are they, a Final Fantasy fucking villain?
Yes! So the comet that creates the winner in Impact Winter, if you haven't listened to our most recent review episode, was summoned by the original vampire. Like, they were, like, thousands of years ago, they were like...
Look, they just filled up their burst EX meter and then used their special power.
And that's why it's like a permanite now, because that was the intent.
It just took a few hundred years to hit.
Thousands of years. They specifically say, like, 5,000.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm actually, I made this distinction when we reviewed about it, but like I expected it to be more horror, and it's not. I know why. I know now why I expected it to be more horror. On Amazon's like webpage for it, like on the computer, not on the phone, it specifically calls it a survival horror adventure. Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Maybe a survival adventure, but not horror. Horror's not in there.
It's not scary in the least. But yeah, Impact Winter. I thought it was very good. It's stupid a little bit, but it's good. I really like the voice actress that plays the main character's like assistant once she's
Whisper? Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Whisper. She's also the actress that plays in the movie you hate. What is it? Hannah. You have some deep-seated hatred for Hannah, and I don't know what it is.
I don't think I have a hatred for it. I think it's just the fact that whenever I see it, I have to mention that it was bad.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing. Like,
no, and I'm not saying when I see it, like when I watch it, I have to be like, that was a bad movie. Why do we watch it? I'm saying like anytime I see anything about the movie, I have to mention it was bad. No, when I see the TV show, I'm like, that's that show based on that movie that was bad.
Like every time
I'm not saying the show's bad.
Every time you see anything about Hannah, you're like, you have to stop. Everybody, be like, hold on, guys, that was bad.
No. See, I think that's the point where you're wrong. It's not that I'm informing anybody else. I have to remind myself that it was bad because I have momentarily been like, why do I recognize that? Oh, yeah. It takes a moment, though. It's so like I'm just like, why do I know that?
It's like that anime you watched 4 times.
3, but yes.
So what you're doing
I watched it 3 times and I went back a 4th time. I was like, not this time.
So, whereas I've interpreted it as you be like stopping already and being like, guys, just so you know, even though I've told you each 300 times, that is bad. That's how I've always interpreted it.
Yeah,
what you're actually doing is justice. You're like, oh, that looks cool. And you're like, no, wait.
My brain triggers from, I'm like, I'm vaguely intrigued. My brain goes, no, back away.
That's funnier than I thought it was. I honestly God thought you were just like trying to like make sure everybody in your life knew that was a bad movie. Instead, you're just like, no, justice, no.
I watched it once for a reason, didn't I? And then I've just repressed it, so my brain immediately goes, that seems like something that I might vaguely waste time on. And my brain goes, you did, and you regret it.
We also watched the rest of Rabbit.
Yes. That was a while ago, though, so don't ask me fucking anything about it.
Yeah, the really sad part is it's only 5 episodes, which means if you haven't watched it, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Go watch it. It's only 5 episodes, and none of them are more than 5 minutes long. That's a lie. Most of them are longer than 5 minutes long. It's like 15.
It's less than an hour, though. Like,
yeah,
5 episodes should be like just about an hour of length based on the length of that show.
Hour, maybe an hour 10.
Go watch it. It's very good.
And then I do believe if you show interest and possibly, I don't know, support the creator, he'll make a 2nd season.
I think he's actually trying to not like specifically make a 2nd season. I'm pretty sure this is like a pitch for him to like get a legit longer form television series of Rabbit.
I could see it.
Yeah. Which would be cool, or it would ruin it.
Or both. Because there's that always mystical, magical both.
Where
it ruins the original, but it itself is great.
I expect that's what's going to happen if Amazon ever decides to... it's Amazon, right? Or Netflix decides to, like, make more Wayne.
Amazon.
Yeah. If Amazon ever decides, hey, this show actually got some popularity, we should make a new season, but we can't get any of the cast back because it's been 6 years.
Now it's about Wayne's son. Also named Wayne.
Also a Batman character.
His name is Wayne. Wayne.
I re-downloaded Pokemon Go a couple weeks ago.
Why?
Because I have Amazon Prime.
No.
And Prime Gaming had a bunch of, like, free stuff for Pokemon Go, so I re-downloaded it to connect my accounts, and
It sounds like a waste of time.
and
that's coming from a guy who's watched the same movie 3 times and the same show 4.
Pokemon Go.
Same movie twice, same show 3 times. Josh has convinced me the numbers I stopped watching them at.
Pokemon Go is just... It always makes me feel bad after I play Pokemon Go, and I don't know why. It's a game that makes me feel actively bad.
But why do you play it? Don't be like League players.
I also play League about once every year and a half.
Stop it. Stop.
League is fun, though. When you find the right crew of people to play with, League is just fantastic. Win or lose, it's a good game.
Sure.
I feel like you don't agree.
I have no cause for basis, so sure.
Have you actually never played League?
I've played League like twice. I don't care enough to count.
Yeah, I think back when me and our friend Timmy were getting into it, you also tried to get into it a little bit. But then you and Timmy were both like, game kind of lame. Fuck you.
Yep.
I like League.
Yes, you said that. That's why we got on this topic.
No, we got on this topic because you tried to like talk shit about League. Still.
I made joke and you continued to the topic.
I mean, Nautilus is just really cool. Glowing eyes and a giant like anchor as a weapon. Dude is cool.
If he was cool, it would put him in Arcane.
That's not true.
Nope, I still have my statement. Let's go on past the League stuff now. After making fun of Josh specifically and the things he specifically likes.
There's over 120 characters in League. Not all of them made it into the show. Not even most of them.
So less dedication than most, I don't know, cartoons with making references to things that can't even reference the other characters? Sounds like a bad show. Which would make sense because it's based on a bad game.
I've only watched 2 episodes of Arcane, but it's kind of fire.
I mean, yeah, it was actually really good from what I watched of it, but no one else needs to know that. I'm not allowed to insult things as a joke.
Hey, you want to insult something else I now like? I restarted JoJo's, and I actually like it now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why
would I insult JoJo's?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I would never insult that.
Yeah, cool. The music is just like literally the best.
Yeah, it's great music.
The opening, like the ending theme.
The animation's also really good too.
All the music in JoJo's is just fantastic.
I'd agree.
I hate you a little bit.
This isn't what you think it is. This was me refusing to insult JoJo's on the internet. I want to be alive.
That's exactly what I thought it was then. You're a coward.
I've never denied that.
So, Justice, how do you feel about JoJo's?
It's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you really like JoJo's?
Dude, fucking yeah.
Isn't that jump from episode 1 to episode 2 just amazing?
Meh.
That 7-year time jump that's fucking terrible and I hate it with a passion? Fuck JoJo's.
How could you hate anything about it?
It's fair. The fight scenes are really cool, though.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I'm basically out of topics. I could talk about New Vegas, but nobody cares about New Vegas.
I've been out of topics for a very long time. I had one. And it was Chippendale Rescue Rangers. If you're wondering, this has actually all been one long con. This is actually a sponsorship for Disney Plus.
Don't say that. That's illegal. You can't say that.
No, I can. I have to clarify that it was all a joke.
Yeah, that's why I interrupted, because I didn't know if you were going to clarify.
Of course I was going to fucking clarify it was a joke.
No, but honestly, if you have the extra money, you can actually bundle ESPN Sports, Hulu, and Disney Plus all
with
into
our
one
Patreon.
package.
That's a big lie.
You can subscribe to our Patreon, though.
Yeah.
And we are sponsored to say that. www.copilotsreview.patreon.com, right?
I'm pretty sure Patreon always puts themselves first.
Yeah, it's www.patreon.com/copilotsreview. That's what it is.
Sure. I mean, we have links.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
Anyways, though, guys, thank you for flying with us, except you didn't fly. You sat there, staring at me with your beady little eyes. What more do you want of me? If anything, it's fine. Come back next flight, and we'll see if I can help.
I mean, definitely come back on the flight. I feel like this cockpit gets a little crowded on these episodes.
Yeah.
Too many people, too small a space. Oh, I did finish my new EDH deck. We could talk about Magic. There's an entire new commander set out. Hey, come back. You can't just leave the podcast.
We literally just ended it.
No, we didn't. We didn't do the sign-off.
Yes, we did.
No, we just talked about Patreon. We didn't do any of the rest of the sign-off.
They know where to find it. They already found us.
If you want to find more, you can go to our website at copilotsreview.simplecast.com.
Or you can email us at copilotsreview@gmail.com.
Find us on Twitter at copilotsreview, or any of those links, as well as our Discord, YouTube, Patreon, where you can give us money for more content.
Which all of those links you can find on our podcast page.
On the website at copilotsreview.simplecast.com.
Yes.
At copilotsreview.simplecast.com. Nailed